Hello, ladies and gentlemen, once again to a Japanese series on my channel with episode 1. Not as I planned to continue the series Japan that I had, but I had some problems with the save. But more about this later on. At first I want to tell you what we are doing in this episode, what is the series, and why have I restarted and stuff like this. So, first of all, this is about rural Japan. This will be mostly rice fields, forests, thick forests, some temples, and some small villages. It won't have a big downtown, simply because I don't like building big downtowns, to be honest with you guys. I simply like to have my fun with nature. I think I should say I simply love detailing nature. If you're new to my channel, what you can await from me is highly detailed nature, close to realistic I would say, and how I achieve this is basically going crazy with grass detailing and tree detailing and completely forgetting about how to do downtown. I have to be honest with you guys, I don't know how to do it downtown, I simply don't know it, and I tried several times. I am all the time failing my opinion. They aren't in any way on the level that I would like them to be, so I will be sticking with the more rural areas. There will be several raw buildings for sure, but it will mostly be about smaller villages and basically some smaller detailing, and this is basically kind of like my thing. So, for example, this episode is literally only me building a bridge and detailing the surroundings of it. Something that other people can do in 2 minutes, I need 1 hour for, and I have a 17-minute video about just detailing around the bridge, but it is kind of like the thing that I like to do in City Skylines. I like to get lost around them, and this is simply kind of like what I want to do. About which map, what is this, etc. This map is made by me. I won't be publishing it because I won't be able to do this. It is just a save game that I did it in. You can see the mountains are looking terrible for now. They're just kind of placeholders. They will be heavily changed later on, I think, but for now it is fine. It is just for me kind of like to have some mountains. We will be over detailing them later on. For example, we will be adding in a lot of new forests. These are just placeholder forests that I did. This will be very dense forest, just like around the bridge that you've already seen as cinematics and that you will now see me building. This is basically the high level of detail that I want to get into this map. We will see how it goes. I won't be saying like anything like close to a time range that I will be finishing it, because last series I had a lot of fun with Japan. I literally loved the series, got a lot of new people there from you guys, and then it crashed. More about the crashing is basically, I think a mod screwed up, and I wasn't opening the game for about 15 days or 20 days and nothing was working. Then I finally got it to work, I found the error, and then a new update came and then nothing was working for me again. And then I was like, no, please just screw it. I was wasting already a week of me just trying to fix an error that I couldn't fix in the end, so this was kind of the point where I told myself, okay, it might be considerable to start a save with less mods and more kind of like the things that I use. And so I went from 12k assets to 5k now. So now everything's working fine. I have about 20 to 30 FPS, I'm not kidding you, in all the areas until now. So this is an immense solution for me. This is a thing that's why I wanted to start this series. What I should say in the beginning is I want to keep this series alive as long as possible, because I watched my channel and I have a lot of shorter series that suddenly stopped. And I'm sorry for you guys, this is not appropriate for you guys. You guys should be getting a way better stuff, you should be getting way higher detailing, so I will be working on this, trust me. And I'm very sorry for this, so we will be coming back to it might on a later point. I still have the save, I will keep it. I still have the mods for it, and I might be returning to it once I fix the error, but we will be talking about this once this is finished, because still I can't open it right now. And yes, not about the past, more about the future now, more about the past reasons, not the past reason, the present tense right now, present time right now. What are you doing right now? I would say we are building this highway and it is curving next to this kind of like mountain. It is cutting through it. Why it is doing this is because I like highways that are cutting through mountains. I think we can give quite a lot of detailing with them, and we can give them quite a realistic look, and this is what I'm aiming for here. Here I'm now adding in the curve perfectly, that it is having kind of like this wonderful shape. It is going with the terrain. It is not cutting extremely through it, it's cutting through it but not too much, and yes, I kind of like it. Here now is a translation from the highway from an leveled out one from the ground level to kind of like it will be elevated later on. You will be seeing this as soon as you're building it in one of the next episodes, but for now I decided to concentrate on this area. And this is where now my crazy detailing nature comes out. And this is just right now plopping everywhere these decals. They're overclipping, I know, and they're like weird, but we will be hiding them soon. I'm also moving them a bit better, but we will be hiding a lot of these spaces with grass. I just kind of want to have the background color for the grass that is looking realistic, as you can see there, and is making it swampy look. It is practically perfect for me because it's a very big, very high detailed grass prop. And so we're gonna be using this, adding in some more rocks, and this should be kind of like one of the main rivers of the region. It's a pretty big one. It is a pretty quickly going one here also. It will be a bit adjusted in the next episode because it is pretty unrealistic right now, but I just wanted to detail the bridge area. And yes, we're basically only concentrating on the bridge and the small kind of semi-abandoned fisher village, I would say. It is kind of a thing that I thought it would be looking kind of cool. I like it. Got the idea from a friend of mine who's playing too. And yes, actually another thing is what I'm doing right now here is I wanted to go into a tunnel soon. So I already planned out where it will be, and we will be establishing this later down the series once I build more stuff and once I already know where everything is going. This was kind of a test episode if everything is working fine and I don't have any errors, etc. Also, the speed of the video will be a bit better in the next episode. It will be on 30% at 5% speed and then 300% sped up. It's kind of like the time that it's looking good for you guys. It's not looking too weird, I would say. If you're, by the way, hearing some background noises, we have a thunderstorm right now. Very sorry about this, but it was kind of like a guessing game for me because 5 minutes ago it wasn't a thunderstorm and now it is. Kind of unlucky, but I think rain is kind of relaxing, so I hope it is not too loud for you guys. Here is actually now the place where I'm building the village, and at first I had to level out the ground a bit and then once again smooth it out. This is a technique that I tried the first time and I think it turned out okay-ish. It is not so that it's perfect or anything like this, but it is working out like it should. And yes. Also a thing is, I will be doing some Blender videos, Blender time lapses if you want to. Also, if you want to, I would really love to. I will be putting in a comment under this video where you can check out my stuff on ArtStation. I'm putting in quite a lot of time there for making some semi-realistic stuff, and I would love to hear your feedback there. It is mostly in Blender artworks. I'm obsessed with this right now. I have so many hours in the last weeks, and yeah, it's kind of like nearly as important as City Skylines for me right now, so it is pretty high on the scala. This episode is about 17 minutes long. It should be, all of my episodes should now be around 20 minutes long. I will try to keep like this. I will be cutting out some stuff every episode to get it to this, and we will be just showing the most important detailing for you guys, so the uninteresting parts will from now on be cut out, and this will also be a reason how I want to raise kind of my quality and make it more enjoyable for you. This here is the Fisher Village. I'm using these Philippine houses. I am making them kind of like grayish, and adding in also two more modern houses, or 3 more modern houses of them. And the reason for this is I want to give it kind of like the look that there are some more rich people there and some more poor areas and poor people there. Kind of like to have this good mix, because it's basically outside of everything. It is very, very, very out of the world. Oh my, the rain is getting pretty loud. Sorry that you're hearing right now, but this is kind of a thing that I can't force differently. We have this for the past 6 days now. I actually tried to record the voice already several times, but it was always a thunderstorm. But I think I will now take this one because I don't have the patience to record the same thing for about several times, I would say. I'm not sure how many times it was, but it was, I think, 5 or 6 times, so quite a long time when you think about it. Quite a lot of time wasted there, I should say. Here I'm now working out to get some rock sides in the perfect color, and just kind of like to add in a more detail and more depth to it. Depth to this, and it isn't that much of a detailing, but it is worth it, I would say. And also I'm using trees once again to hide up my little mistakes and to make some realistic forests. forests are a thing that are pretty hard to make realistic, in my opinion, to get them kind of like the real thing, because when you look at a real bird, they are not only a single tree, they're mostly different trees. They are kind of like differently placed. Every tree has a kind of like advantage, a disadvantage. Every space has this too. So it is kind of like a struggle for me to get them right, but I think I'm on a right way to do this. And yes, so this is mainly what we will be doing in this series. Actually, we're making a lot of small village detailing and nature detailing. It's kind of the stuff that I need to learn to do better, because I'm not really good at it. So it's the thing that I'm best at it, but not good at it, I think. So it is kind of like I'm trying to advance my basic skills of knowing how to do City Skylines stuff, because I have about several thousand hours, but I'm still trying to learn how to make better and how to improve. And nature detailing is the aspect that I'm concentrating the most of, because I simply love nature. I'm one of the persons you could kind of like bring me into forest and I would be there the whole night or the whole day, and I would be there 24/7 basically. This is also another one of the reasons why I was away for a while. I love it to be in forest while it's raining. It is so cool, it is so relaxing. So I'm mostly now outside more than ever, and I kind of like enjoy my life right now. This is also the reason I won't be making regular uploads, I think. They will be coming when they're finished. If you want to know when they're finished, I would highly recommend you to check my Twitter. I will be posting there when I'm uploading something new. And yes, here I'm just adding in some bushes to break up the big grassland, and it is the best way to break something up like this. It is giving quite a lot of detail, and it is like the look that I wanted to. Also, I imagined this would kind of be a swampland, or at least it was one, so it is kind of elevated up with the road, so it got pushed upwards to give a bit more space to live and a bit more space that won't be flooded when it is raining. So this is kind of like my thinking behind it and the reason for it to be elevated. And here I'm now just adding in some old trucks and stuff like this to give it kind of like this oldish look. I definitely need to install some more assets for this, but not too many. I think about 2 to 3 wooden beams or something like this would fit very well in, because right now I only have steel beams. But yes, just adding in some, just adding some vending machines. Vending machines are a great thing to detail, kind of like abandoned stuff. You will find them everywhere in this series, but yeah, you will see what I mean with this in the next episode. Because in the next episode we are starting to build the first village with the first rice fields around it. And this will also be a part, I want to make this kind of like with an interaction to you guys. You guys can wish for stuff that I should build in the comments. You can challenge me with it. I'll be writing it under every video where you can write your opinions what I should build. And yeah, it's kind of like a way that I try to connect a bit better with you guys, and to have the ability to give you the ability to kind of like join me by this journey and have interactions with it. And this might also be a thing that I will be making votes on for the next episode. What should be the space? Should this be a nature space? Should this be in kind of like village space? Should this be a more high density space? Or what do you wish for it to? You can give me a little challenge and it won't be boring for me, so that I can kind of like have a bit of challenge and not only be like, yes, and I want to build this. To make it a bit harder, I would say. Here you can now see me adding in some steel beams, and now I'm just scrolling basically through here and taking a look at what I can add, and some pipes and basically some construction materials to fill in some spaces, some gaps. These stone walls, they are actually Egyptian ones that were built for Oshahara series from Skibit, I think it was. I love the series. It was one of the series that actually brought me into City Skylines, I think. I was playing it before already, but then I started detailing it, and since then I think I haven't even opened the game without mods. And now I'm kind of like obsessed with it. I now feel like I'm pretty good also with it. And the time is flying. We're actually at the end of the episode, so if you've enjoyed it, please give this video a like. If you're new, please consider subscribing to me, it helps me a lot. Don't forget to tell me what you think you're building in the next episode. And hopefully you'll have a great day. Hopefully see another video of mine. And yes, bye!